Most real estate agents know that they should be using social media to get leads, appointments, and clients, but when you look at realtors' results, most agents get very little to none. My obsession ever since working with real estate agents has been on how to make results actually happen, and I feel that a major thing that's been missing with most real estate agents, and also so much of these different content creation things you see online, is the specificity on what's the path to getting results and what does that actually look like. I still remember when I started to work with one of our real estate agent clients, and he had never done any sort of social media marketing, and he had never done any sort of activities to actually generate himself a single listing client from his social media marketing. He had, of course, previously tried tons of different softwares, platforms to scale his listing generation business, but with really no real tangible ROI. So just like most real estate agents, he had gotten some leads from social media, things like that from before, maybe buyer leads that for the most part really didn't convert into anything. So then I explained to him that, okay, this is why it made sense to him, right, to build his own personal brand, build his own marketing, right? As opposed to using the same pre-made templated stuff, again, hundreds if not thousands of agents in his market are already using that were not personalized to him at all. So we first started with organic free social media, and a month later I asked him about his progress. He told me that he had generated some results like likes, comments, and shares, but no messages from the locals asking for his help or listings or any new clients yet. Now, this is the interesting part. Most real estate agents, after about a couple weeks to a month, they trip up. They start learning how to create social media content. They start doing it, how to tap into psychology. They learn how to talk to local people, how to create the content, how to get people to see them as that number one go-to choice. So as an example, let's say you want to get into a really good shape. So you hire yourself a coach, you get on your diet, you get your exercise, you get your rest properly set up, right on point, and you start doing those right things. But after a month, you don't see a six-pack, you don't see big muscles, you don't see any visual results. So you have to train yourself to go against that instinct of giving it up and think long-term. So my client knew this, and even though he hadn't generated his first listings after the first month, he kept taking action, he kept doing the right things, and another month went by, still no listings, but he kept going and kept creating the content, kept doing the right things. And then sometime in the third month, I still remember I messaged him about like his progress. I asked him like, how's it going? And he told me that he had just gotten his first listing from his Facebook profile. So I asked him, okay, great, right? How much is it worth to you? He told me $15,000. So then soon after that, we proceeded with scaling up his marketing with a paid advertising methodology we have developed for listing client acquisition specifically for the last half a decade. And the same exact thing happened. In the first month of running his ads, he had generated results with it. He had gotten over 50 listing leads and a couple listing appointments, but unfortunately no listings yet. So in the second month, he had generated over 100 listing leads and a first listing from his paid advertising. In the third month, he had generated over 10 listing appointments and he had closed on 4 listings. And this was worth to him about $60,000 in commission alone. And a year later, he had done over 30 deals from his social media specifically. So this is the point I wanted to make. Imagine if our client just had gone to that path of least resistance and then just given up or rely on some sort of lead generation platform or a software every other real estate agent in his market was using, instead of putting in that work to build his own systems that allowed him to actually dial in his message, dial in his processes so that it actually worked. So imagine if he had given up after the first month of doing social media or started kind of paying less attention to it like so many real estate agents are doing as well and end up doing as well. So results take time. People don't sell houses immediately after seeing one of your posts or one of your ads on social media, right? It's a process. You will get some instant results. You will see indicators of success. But consistent listings, getting to those big results, if you want to add an additional $200,000 a year, $300,000 per year or more to your business, that will come after months of hard work, disciplined work, and proper processes. So the money is in the long term. It's not in terms of weeks. It's not a lottery ticket or something like that, right? If you look into investing, if you look into people like Warren Buffett, you look at their success, it may have taken them 20, 30, 40 years before they actually seen a significant amount of financial results. Now, as a realtor, right, it's not a question of you having to wait for 20 or 30 years like Warren Buffett or any of these big investors may have had to, right, before they saw big success. But it also means that you do still need to think long term. Instead of thinking in terms of weeks, think in terms of months. If right now you think in terms of months, think in terms of years, because the more long term you think, the more long term profitable your actions are, the more money you end up making. So the money is in the long term.
I spent $114.75. Three shares, $114.75. If I put that 114 into the S&P 500 at that time and reinvested the dividends, think of a figure as to what it would be worth today. $400,000 today, one person's lifetime.